What is going on, YouTube? It's Dagreenshiz here, back with an awesome mail day video. I've been holding this one back for a long time. I'm sorry. I've been waiting for one other effing card to show up in the mail, but I've decided just to pull the trigger. I don't want to wait any longer. I've been teasing it long enough. I know it's been too long. So I'm going to show the Zapdos cards that I purchased for my personal collection. And let's just jump right into it. I don't want to waste any more time. But this first card was not purchased. So this first card here, those of you may recognize that this was a fantastically drawn art from Echo Base Collectibles. He sent me this card for free. Dude's a legend. If you haven't already subscribed to him, go check him out. He's either really close or he just hit 1,000 subscribers. So let's get him over that milestone if he has not got it. But this card, Pokemon Go PSA 10 Zapdos, just got it actually in the mail the last couple days. But basically the same exact, just like a modern version of the vending series Japanese Zapdos. Similar, got the electric tower there. Very cool card to add to the collection. Thank you very much, Joe. Greatly appreciate it, and the art is fantastic. Up next, needs an introduction maybe. This is a Majestic Dawn PSA 10 Zapdos with a fat swirl right under his belly. Population 6. 6 PSA 10s of this card exist. This one's got an interesting story. So, wasn't really looking for this card. Charizard King on Instagram made a post. He's looking for this card. And anytime I see somebody looking for a Zapdos card like himself, I will do everything I can to troll the living crap out of them. I will copy their Instagram story. I posted to my own Instagram and say I'll double the price. That got some attention. Somebody reached out to me and I made a buy. So that was awesome. That way it worked out. I know he's been looking for it for a long time, but I'm really happy to add this to the collection because it is population 6, which is insane, but freaking gorgeous card. It's not a secret rare, but also pretty, it's not a common set by any means. The boxes of these are very expensive, $5,000-ish themselves. Up next, Shadowless PSA 10 Zapdos. I have one of these in my collection. I think I showed this in a live stream briefly. But yeah, so I bought this in the Heritage Weekly, or not a weekly, some signature they just had basically, and that cost $1,500. That is the cheapest one I've ever purchased. I bought one for $2,700, one for $2,000, sold one for $2,700. So the first one I bought was $2,700, and then I bought one for $2,000, and then I sold my one for $2,700, basically making money back, and realizing the cheaper cost. So this is probably going to be a similar scenario. Maybe. This card is really, really good condition, and has a chance for me to send to BGS. So I'm not going to show the next card yet. But the condition on this card, if you could see it inside of the video, it's not amazing, but no whitening in any of the corners. The centering is really good. So it might be a play for me to send this card. I need to look at it because you cannot min grade a 10 at BGS now. So the only thing I could do is send it to them, and they might crack it if it's a 9.5, which is absolutely terrifying. So that might not be happening at all. Next card is freaking awesome. CGC Pristine 10 Base Set Zapdos. I have a PSA 10, but this thing felt extra special. It's currently a population 1, likely going to grow. But yeah, right now this is the only 10 that exists for CGC in Base Unlimited. So thought it was really cool. The auction was similar to a PSA 10 price. For me, it was right around $400, I believe it was, $430 maybe. I know the base set one sells for $350-ish, so I was like, shoot, I'll buy this, and I'm thinking I'll probably sell my PSA 10 one, just to keep this one in the collection. which is interesting. I don't know if I want to do that because pretty much everything's PSA 10 still. This would be the second CGC 10 Zapdos added to the collection. So I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it or which one I like more. I definitely like the label more, as I've mentioned historically, but I don't know, something about them. This card, I didn't think I'd ever buy one of these. This is an autographed card from Mitsuhiro Arita. This is a Fossil Zapdos. It's the Cosmo Holo. It's got 1999-2000 date on it. Really cool card. The card itself is graded an 8, and the signature is just authenticated. A little bit older cert. It's 4X. It's not that old, but it's like pre-boom. It was graded or so. That's what you could consider like this type of cert. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't think I'd ever buy a graded auto card. I've never been one to want an auto card. But when I saw a Zapdos with an auto on it, which I don't see like ever, I snap bought it pretty much off eBay offer. I took probably 30% off of his asking price, and he accepted, and it was $700, right around $700, which is high. But this is a card that Arita has drawn, and he signed it, which is pretty cool. So the only other one I'd probably do is a Sugimori of the base unlimited, because Sugimori did the base unlimited one. But the price of that, if it exists, it likely does, is insane. I could only imagine. Arita signs a lot, and he has signings planned. I probably overpaid for this. But it's cool to have in my signature, in my collection, with the Zapdos cards I have. Really cool. And I'm glad it's on. I wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't an Arita drawn Zapdos, but it's cool that it is. The guy had won it in a Whatnot giveaway. I'm like, that's one of the cooler Whatnot giveaways I've heard of. So really glad to add this one to the collection as well. Up next, not a Zapdos, but another card I won in the same lot as the Shadowless one. This is a Victory Dragon CGC Pristine 10 and with subgrades from the Shonen Jump magazine. This is the first ever Shonen Jump magazine card, I believe it was. And this card is not that rare. I think there's only like 11 PSA 10s though. It's pretty low population. So getting it in a CGC 10, I was like, that's a no-brainer for me. And it was only $100. This card with the buyer's premium was $100. There's like no sold listings of PSA 10s on eBay even, but there's some 9s and 8s that are cheaper than $100. So this card was really cool because if he was able to pretty much reduce your opponent's life points to 0, the match was over. It was pretty cool and didn't see a lot of play because of the number of cards you'd have to tribute for it. But really cool nostalgic card because it came from the magazine. Not that easy to grade because of that reason. So getting it in a CGC 10 for $100 for me was a no-brainer. Really awesome card to add. When I get the other Zapdos in, should be in the next week or so, I'll probably do a recap video of all my Zapdos cards. I don't think I have anything else in the mail besides the one coming from PWCC because that's his shipment method. But yeah, let me know. I really thoroughly enjoy seeing different Zapdos cards, reverses, commons, or whatever. Any Zapdos cards that exist. My Instagram is linked down below in the description. So if you see or have one that's pretty interesting card, I'm talking ultra modern, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 7 years ago. Those types of eras I'm not too familiar with. So if you have something, shoot me a picture or a message on Instagram. That'd be awesome. Definitely very reachable on there, and appreciate you guys. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Hit the like button, hit the sub button, having a good time. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.